Hello everybody, I'm coming to you from my garden today, and we're going to do a little restorative practice just because. And so we're going to start in crocodile pose with our legs wide apart. You can lengthen up your spine, try and breathe a little bit of space between the vertebrae, and then settle your forehead onto the back of your hands as you just take a moment to settle, to allow your body a chance to let go. Feel the earth rising up from beneath you, the sky pressing down from above. And take a moment to start to regulate your breath evenly in and out through the nose. You're welcome to rest your forehead on the back of your hands, reach your arms forward and rest your forehead on your mat. Turn your head from side to side if you need to, and just prepare for this delicious class. The legs are nice and wide. Turn up the corners of your mouth. Breathe softness into your jaw. And then bringing your elbows underneath your shoulders, your hands parallel to one another. Drawing your chins to the back of the neck as long. Then engage Mula Bandha by lifting the perineum and drawing it up into the diaphragm. 2 centimeters below the navel, suck it to the back of the body and keep it there for the practice. So we're creating a little bit of compression in the lumbar spine with the legs nice and wide, and we're going to breathe. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, fill your lungs to capacity. And as you exhale, soften, surrender, and let go. So in our yin postures we hold the poses for a little longer. If you'd like to come up onto the palms of the hands and gaze forward, you can do that now. And we'll hold it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Drop your elbows back onto the mat. Bend your right knee. Take hold of your foot from the outside. Point the elbow up to the sky as you draw the heel towards the hip. And breathe as you elongate that quadricep, drawing the heel towards the hip. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release the leg, bending the left leg, taking hold of the foot from the outside, pointing the elbow to the ceiling, to the sky. I'm so used to being inside. And you're just going to stretch out that quadricep, separate the space in the kneecap, allowing blood and circulation to flow into the knee, the quadricep, and the hip. 3 more breaths here. For 2, and then gently release, gently opening and closing the legs up and down, just to get yourself warm and ready for your practice. And then zip up your legs. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. If it's within your practice, you can lift up into seal pose. Gaze to the tip of the nose in the direction of the front of your mat. Keep your shoulders drawn away from your ears. Suck in the belly, lift the perineum, and breathe. And on your next inhale, come into the all fours position with your wrists under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. We're going to do some cat-cows. Inhale, lift the heart, open the chest. And as you exhale, rounding down, drawing in the chin, looking to the tip of the nose. Big strong inhale, looking up to the brows. And as you exhale, gently round down. Then come to a flat back. Turn your fingers to face the wall behind you, or the bush, or the garden, or wherever you are. 2 breaths here. Inhale and look up. And as you exhale, rounding down. Inhale, drop the belly to the earth, spread the glutes, look to the brows. And as you exhale, rounding down. And then come to a flat back. Turn your fingers to face the front. Take your hands onto the edge of the mat. And we're going to just do some little circles clockwise. For 4, 3, 2, and then reverse, going anti-clockwise, warming up the wrists, warming up the shoulders. For 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Wag your tail a couple of times, and then tuck your toes underneath you and lift your hips up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, a beautiful downward facing dog. Drawing the heels towards the mat, lifting your sit bones, spreading your glutes, and breathing. For 3 breaths. 2, and then rise up high onto your tippy toes, high as you can. Drop your right heel, bend your left knee, and pause. Rise onto your tippy toes. Drop your left heel, bend your right knee, and pause. Then walking out your dog, alternating the feet and massaging the reflex points underneath your feet. Right and left, move your hips, your knees and your legs, getting everything warm and mobile. And then come to stillness, both heels to the earth. Looking forward, walk your feet towards the front of your mat, feet hip-width apart and parallel to one another. Clasp the elbows and just allow your body weight to hang forward. Let your head soften. Breathe space into the base of the skull. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Engage your quadriceps and just let go. You can shake your head up and down, left and right, up and down, left and right. Just warming up the arteries on the sides of your neck and getting fresh blood and oxygen to your brain. And then come to stillness. Allow your elbows to rock from left to right and right to left. Just feeling a lovely warming up of the hips and the pelvic floor. And then come to stillness, release, hang. Coming up halfway onto the fingertips, look forward to align the spine. And then go to a grip on your big toes with your peace fingers and your thumbs. Inhale. As you exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides. Take your abdomen to your thighs, your chest to your knees, and your face a little closer to your shins. 1, 2, keep the shoulders soft. 3, keep lengthening downwards. 4, breath even through the nose, mouth relaxed, jaw soft. Inhale, come halfway up, elongate the spine. Slide your hands underneath your feet so your toes are resting inside your wrists. And then press your feet onto your hands as you pull your hands against your feet. Equal and opposite forces, pressing down and pulling up. Keep the knees soft, keep the quadriceps engaged, the buttocks relaxed and spread. For 4, 3, 2 breaths, and then inhale, release your hands and bend your right knee. Thread your right arm between your legs, take your left arm over and behind you to bind. Roll the top shoulder back, look up to the sky, and then straightening up your right leg for an intense abdominal twist, 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 and twist. Change. Release your fingertips back to the mat. Bend your left knee. Thread your left arm between your legs. Take your right arm over and behind you. Roll the top shoulder back. Look up to the sky. And if it's within your practice, straightening up the left leg as you twist for 2, 3, 4, and release. Fingertips back to the earth. You're going to gently walk your big toes and ankles together. Bend your knees, swan dive up, and then lean back, look back, and bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. Samadhi, equal standing. Moving through Surya Namaskar, inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, folding down the front of your body into an Uttanasana, forward fold. I'm not used to all these insects. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, and fold. Then stepping your right leg back and then your left leg back, coming into a strong plank pose. Hold your plank for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drop the knees, the chest onto the earth, elbows brush the sides of the ribs, coming into a little caterpillar. Then push your heart forward. Rest your hips and the tops of your feet onto the mat. Pushing up into upward facing dog and looking to the brows. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll or tuck your toes underneath you and come into downward facing dog. A lovely Adi Mukha Svanasana. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look forward. Bend your knees, step your right leg and then your left leg to the front edge of the mat. Uttanasana, a forward fold. Raise the chest onto the fingertips, look forward to a line, and as you exhale, fold. Now deep bend in the knees. Shift your weight into your heels. Raise your arms up into Utkatasana, awkward pose. Sit back into the heels. Draw your thumbs to heart center. Lift out the waist. Take your left elbow outside your right thigh. You can make your bottom hand into a fist. Press down with your top palm. Roll your top shoulder back and look up to the sky. 1, 2. If you'd like to open up your arms, you can do that now for 3, 4. Change, hands together, thumbs to heart center. Raise them up and fold over your bent legs. Straighten the legs and gently let the body hang. Deep bend in the knees, shift your weight into your heels, raise the arms up into Utkatasana, awkward pose, weight in the heels for 4, 3, 2. Draw your thumbs into Anjali Mudra, heart center. Lift out the waist and take your right elbow outside of your left thigh, making your bottom hand into a fist and pressing down with the top palm. Roll the top shoulder back, chin to shoulder, and look up to the sky for 1, 2. If it's within your practice, you can open your arms up. 3, 4. Change, hands together, thumbs to heart center. Raise them up and fold over your bent legs. Straighten up the legs and gently let your whole body hang. Bending your right knee, your right hand places outside your right foot. Extend your left arm up to the sky. Look up to your top thumb. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Bend your left knee, left hand places outside the left foot. Right arm up to the sky. Look up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and release back to the earth. On your next inhale, roll up very gently, a vertebra at a time to standing. Adjust the shoulders and come back into Samadhi. Well done. Surya Namaskar B. A deep bend in the knees, fingertips brush the earth, arms up into Utkatasana. Exhale, swan dive forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, raise the chest, look forward to a line. Exhale, step or jump your legs back into plank pose. Knees, chin, chest, or Chaturanga Dandasana with elbows brushing the ribs. Inhaling into upward facing dog. And exhaling into Adho Mukha Svanasana, a lovely downward facing dog. Inhale your left toe out, left heel flat. Exhale your right foot between your hands, heel below knee. Raise your arms up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Palms touch and look up. Exhale, hands down. Right leg steps back, come into plank. Knees, chin, chest or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana and exhaling into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe. Inhale your right toe out, right heel flat. Exhale your left foot between your hands. Raise the arms up into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Palms touch and look up. Exhale, hands down. Step your left leg back, coming into plank pose. Knees, chin, chest or elbows brush the ribs for Chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing dog. And exhaling into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Drop your knees and the tops of your feet onto the mat for Ustrasana. Bring your hands to the base of your spine. Baby fingers, sides of the hands touching, push back, lean back, way back. And if you'd like to take hold of your heels, you can do that now for 1, 2, 3, 4. Change hands to hips, gently come up, settle your hips on your heels. Open your knees nice and wide, lengthen your spine. Walk your hands forward, coming into extended child's pose. Allow your ribs to settle between your inner thighs. Wiggle your fingers forward. Breathe. Let your heart open. Allow yourself to settle. On your next inhale, walk your hands over to the right hand side. Feel a nice lengthening down the left side of the body, into the waist, between the intercostal muscles of the ribs, under the arm and into the tricep. And then walk over to the other side. And we're going to hold it here. Keep your hips on your heels, your ribs settling between your inner thighs. Feel a delicious stretch from your baby finger, your forearm, elbow, tricep, under the arm, between the intercostal muscles of the ribs, into the waist. For 2 more breaths. And then walking your hands back to center. Coming up into the all fours position, wrists under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're going to do a heart opening puppy pose. So walking the hands forward, taking your chest onto the earth, lifting your sit bones to the sky. Your thighs are perpendicular to the earth. Breathe spaciousness and ease into the chest. Allow your shoulder blades to spread. Breathe softness into the rhomboids underneath the shoulders. Keep the back of the neck long as you breathe space into the base of your skull. For 3, 2, and on your next inhale, walk your hands back under your shoulders. We're going to thread our right arm between the left arm and left thigh, settling right ear and shoulder on the mat. Extend your left arm overhead. You're welcome to stay here or extend your left leg out to the side. Make sure your head is an extension of the spine as you melt onto that right shoulder. Taking the left arm behind you, binding on the right quadricep and looking up to the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4, Change. Left hand under the left shoulder. Draw the left leg in and gently come out of your shoulder opener. A cat-cow. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round down. Coming to a flat back. Thread the left arm between the right arm and right thigh. Settle left ear and shoulder on the earth. Reach your right arm overhead. And then extend your right leg out to the side. Make sure your head is an extension of the spine and your chin is not on your chest. If it's within your practice to bind, you can take your right arm behind you, bind on the left quadricep and look up to the sky for 1. Don't worry if you hear a little crack or a creak as you separate the vertebrae in the neck. You release tension and tightness. Allow all your worries and cares to melt onto your mat beneath you. For 3, 2. Change. Right hand under the right shoulder. Draw your right leg in and very gently come out of that shoulder opener. Turn your fingers to face the wall behind you or wherever it is behind you. 2 breaths here. Inhale, look up. Exhale and gently around down. Coming to a flat back. Turn your fingers to face the front. Then tuck your toes underneath you. Lift your hips up into Adho Mukha Svanasana, a gorgeous downward facing dog. Inhaling your right leg as high into the sky as you can, point and stretch. Flex your foot, bend your knee, heel to hip. Then swivel in the waist and have a little look out from under your right arm for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swing your right foot and place it between your hands. Drop your left knee. Top of the left foot flat onto the earth. Make sure your heel is below your knee. Interlace your fingers. Push your hips and shoulders forward for a gorgeous low lunge. Stretching out the psoas. Breathe for 3, 2. And then we're going to inhale the arms overhead, look up. Exhale and lean back, a crescent moon. Placing your hands inside of your right foot. Tuck your left toe underneath you, swivel into a side angle. Left arm reaches up to the sky as you look up to the top thumb. For 1, 2, 3. Swivel the palm of the top hand around. Bind on your right quadricep or stay in side angle. Open the heart to intensify. Chin to shoulder, gazing up to the sky for 3, for 2. To challenge yourself, you can thread your right arm between the front of your legs, find your fingers or wrists behind you, open the chest, look to the brows. 4, 3, 2, and then unbind back into your side angle. Place your hands inside your right foot. Drop the left knee. Walk the right foot onto the edge of your mat and surrender onto your elbows. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot for a lizard lunge and allow your head to just hang. Holding it here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hands under the shoulders. Walk that right foot back to the center of your mat. Bend your left knee. Take your right arm behind you. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot and come into cat pulling tail for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands either side of the right foot. Tuck the left toe underneath you. Step back into a strong plank pose. Knees, chin, chest or elbows brush the ribs for chaturanga. Inhaling, Adho Mukha Svanasana, upward dog. Exhale, roll over your toes. Adjust your feet and come back into your beautiful downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high into the sky, point it, stretch it. Flex your foot, bend your knee, heel to hip. And then swivel in the waist as you peek out from under your left arm for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking forward, stepping your left foot between your hands. Make sure your heel is below your knee. Drop your right knee, top of the right foot flat. Interlace your fingers on the quadricep. Push hips and shoulders forward. Melt. 4, 2, 3, 4. Inhale your arms overhead, look up. Exhale, lean back. A beautiful crescent moon. Placing hands inside your left foot. Tuck your right toe underneath you, swivel into side angle, and reach your right arm up for 1, 2. If you'd like to intensify, swivel the right palm around, bind on your left quadricep, roll the top shoulder back, look to the heavens. 3, 4. You're welcome to stay here or in side angle, or intensify by threading the left arm through the front of the legs. Clasp your wrist, open the heart, chin to shoulder, gazing up to the sky for 2, 3, 4. One more breath and unbind, side angle. Place your hands inside of your left foot. Drop your right knee. Walk the left foot onto the edge of the mat and gently rest onto your forearms. You can keep your foot flat or roll over onto the outer edge of the left foot. Allow your chin to rest on your chest, back of the neck long. Breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then coming up onto your hands. Walk your foot towards the center of your mat, bend your right knee, take your left arm, clasp your right foot, roll over onto the outer edge of your left foot, and look up to the sky for 1. Cat pulling tail. 3, 4, 5. Change. Hands either side of left foot. Come up onto your knees, step the left leg back and into plank pose. Settle the front of your body onto the mat. Zip up your legs, tops of the feet flat, chin extended and fingertips in line with the shoulders for a lovely low cobra. Curling up the chest and releasing your weight from your hands. Raising the legs up for 1, 2, 3, 4, a lovely Bhujanasana, and 5. Release, arms alongside you, look to the right, left ear rests on the mat, and breathe into the lower back, the hips, and the pelvic floor. 2 more delicious full Ujjayi breaths here. And then bring your fingertips in line with your shoulders for Salambhasana, a locust pose. Curling up the chest, lifting the legs, and going to where you left off in your Bhujanasana. Extend your right arm out and your left arm out, coming into your locust. For 3, 2. Interlace your fingers, squeeze your palms together, lift up, higher, just a little more. And then looking to the left, right ear rests on the earth. Exhale, exhale, and use your breath to regulate your heartbeat. Dharandasana, bow pose, chin extended. Zip up your legs, bend your knees. Clasp your feet from the outside. Big strong inhale, and as you exhale, kick back, lift up, look up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Look to the right. Left ear rests on the mat. Exhale. exhale, exhale. If one is enough for you, you stay here. If you'd like to do the second one, going a little deeper, chin extended, bend the knees. Take hold of the feet from the outside. Big, strong inhale. Exhale, kick up, lift up, look up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and look to the left. Right here, rest on the mat. Exhale, exhale, exhale. On your next inhale, come into the all fours position. Wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips for a lovely pigeon pose. Tucking your toes underneath you, lifting hips up into Adi Mukha, down and facing back. Inhale your right leg as high into the sky as you can. Flex your foot, bend your knee. Open up, stack your hips, and then bring your right knee to rest behind your right wrist, your foot behind your left wrist. Left hip, top of the left foot flat, hands beside you. Open your heart, look back. And then walking your hands forward. Settle your forehead and your nose onto the back of your hands. And you'll hold it here for 5, 4. Keep checking in on your body, making sure that you're kind and gentle. You don't want to hurt yourself. Just be mindful of every movement that you make, that it honors the body, the heart, and the space that you're in at this time. 2 more breaths. And then walk your hands to your body. Take your left hand to your right knee, your right hand to your straight left leg. Lift the chest, twist and look over your right shoulder for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look forward. Place your right hand in the middle of your mat. Bend your left knee. Cup your foot from the inside with either the hand or the crook of the arm. Lift your right hip off the earth and raise your right arm up into a king pigeon. Maybe melting into a mermaid if it's within your practice for 1, 2, 3, 4. Place your right hand beside you. Swing your left leg over the right. Knees stack in a column. Advamatsandrasana, right arm up to the sky. Elbow